DK back at you with another video here for the NBA main slate here on Wednesday. We got a 10-game slate, so let's not waste any time. Real quick, let's see how we're currently doing tonight. So this is my final lineup here. Went with Collison, Avery Bradley, Ben Simmons, Tobias, Vucevic, Andre Iguodala, Draymond, and Miles Turner. So you guys heard from my video, I liked a couple of Indiana guys, Miles Turner, Collison, Thad Young. I ended up going with Miles Turner and Collison. Both did very, very well for their prices. Avery Bradley, I was undecided. He just been playing very well. He didn't do bad. He had 26 for 4.4K. Wasn't bad. I really liked the couple, the Philly guys, one with Ben Simmons and Tobias. Both those guys put up 50, so can't complain there. Vucevic, yeah, that was a letdown. I'm not going to lie. I am very, very shocked that he busted in this matchup against Philly with no Embiid going against like Amir Johnson and Mike Scott. I'm not gonna. I'll take the L there. That is very. I could not believe my eyes. Vucevic he did not do well. But on the other side, Aaron Gordon did very well. I talked about him. Didn't end up playing him, but I did like Aaron Gordon. He did very well. And then Draymond Green, Iguodala. This game just started. Iguodala just chucked in. Draymond, in 7 minutes of action, has 11 so far. You guys know I liked him a lot. So I also talked about Kyrie and Al Horford, who I liked. Didn't end up making my final lineup, but both those guys doing very well so far. So I think Iguodala and Draymond should push me into the cash. So yeah, overall, a pretty solid night, and I'm ready to continue it with the slate for tonight. Okay, 10-game slate. So let's get into it. Kyrie here at 9.3. So again, when Boston's fully healthy, you guys know, you've been watching my videos for a while now, I don't like targeting a lot of Boston guys. If I was going to play Boston guys, it would be Kyrie and Al Horford. That's it. I don't want to take a shot on any of those secondary pieces. So, Kyrie in a game where Sacramento plays very little defense, I certainly think he is playable. Then we got Luka Doncic here at 9.1. A couple bad games here, but a couple blowouts. Now he's got a really good matchup here against Washington. The only concern with him is he's just not, he's never going to play more than 33, 34 minutes. I really wish he had upside for 38, 39 minutes, but Rick Carlisle doesn't seem to want to give him that amount of minutes. But still in a really, really good matchup here. I like Doncic here at 9.1. Same thing here for Philly, guys. It's Ben Simmons, it's Tobias, it's Jimmy Butler. I think all three of those guys certainly in play here in a matchup here against Chicago. I wouldn't go crazy and play, all three, but I think one, possibly even two, is certainly in play. Trae Young here at 8.8. I don't think a lot of people beyond him. He got ejected against Chicago, kind of had an off night against Miami. So I think he is, worth a shot, possibly in GPPs. I'm probably not going to go there, but I think he's pretty low owned. Donovan Mitchell. So for this game, it would be Donovan Mitchell, be Rudy Gobert, and that's about it. Donovan Mitchell, he's going to play most of the game. He's going to shoot the ball a ton when he's out there. 22, 19, 32, 24 shots is insane. And a really good matchup here against the Pelicans. I think he has some pretty big upside. Let's see, Kemba at 8.3. This Charlotte-Miami game, just not very appealing. The good thing is the minutes here, 41, 37, 38, 39 minutes. And he's being very aggressive, 24, 22, 20, 21 shots. I know the matchup not the best, but 8.3K the price. I think Kemba is definitely in play. Then we get Devin Booker. I do like this play quite a bit. Going up against the Knicks at 8.1. He's also playing, most of the game here. You can't really get a better matchup here than the Knicks. So yeah, I like Devin Booker at 8.1K. The price seems a little underpriced, and he has huge upside. So I like him as a GPP play a lot. D'Angelo Russell, I'm just staying Brooklyn. It's just a cross-off for me. On the New Orleans side of things, with Drew Holiday, it's Drew and Randall. If the Pelicans are going to keep it close, both those guys have to have big games. And, they did last time out they played Utah. Both Drew and Julius Randle had big games. So I think both those guys are certainly in play. The Chicago side, so Chicago's a little tough here. I know the matchup's good, but everyone's fully healthy. Levine, Dunn, the whole starting lineup, Levine, Dunn, Otto Porter, Markkanen, Robin Lopez. I think all five of those guys are certainly in play. I don't think they're the best plays, but I don't think they're the worst plays. I think they're all okay plays. LA situation, I'll get to that later. We got some injury news. Ingram questionable, Kuzma's out, so I'll get to the LA situation in a bit. Jamal Murray here at 6.2K, definitely playable. The minutes are going to be right around 30 minutes in an up-tempo game. I think he's certainly in play. The Knicks, your guess, man. Like, I'm probably just crossing off all the Knicks again. It's just too much of a headache trying to figure that rotation out. Rondo, with a couple of those Lakers guys out, I really like him here at 6K. He's just too cheap. They just don't seem to want to raise his price enough, so I really like Rondo. D Wade, if I was going to play someone from the Miami game or Miami side of things, it probably would be D Wade at 5.5. He does have some upside, but probably not for me on this slate. Alf Payton, so he's playing 31, 34, 32 minutes at 5.4K. I think he's a little underpriced. I know the matchup not the best, but I just think the price tag is a little too cheap on him. D Rose, Jeff Teague. It's a tough situation. Teague had a good game tonight. He had like 40 fantasy points, but it's just always so hard to predict. They're kind of splitting the minutes. If I was going to play one of these guys, it would be Teague just because he's starting, and I think his minutes would be a little more secure. So I think Teague would be the guy that I would play there at 5.3K if I was going to play a point guard. Satoransky at 5.2. Definitely play this Washington Dallas game is pretty appealing. He's played 30 plus minutes each last 4 games. So I think 5.2K seems a little too cheap for him. As far as these cheap guards, there's really nothing that I'm seeing. So let's move on to shooting guard. Beal, I'm a little torn here. I really want to play Beal. I don't even mind, this if you're doing the game stack, going like Beal and Luka Doncic here. Beal, 41, 40, 38 minutes the last 4 games. He's just basically playing the whole game. He's shooting the ball a ton, 22, 23, 19 times. It's just the only thing is the price at 9.8. That's kind of a lot for Beal, but he's got over 50 3 of the last 4 games, so he's been paying it off. I'm definitely considering Beal. Let's see. DeRozan at 8.2. You can't get a better matchup here against Atlanta, so DeRozan, Aldridge, Rudy Gay, even Derek White, who I believe I skipped. I forgot to talk about Derek White here, 5.4. So it's always hard to trust Greg Popovich, but this is positive. 25, 29, 30, 36 minutes. The minutes have been increasing, but again, Popovich, always wacky rotations, but the matchup's so good. The minutes are increasing. I like Derek White quite a bit here at 5.4. So back to DeRozan. Him certainly in play. In a really good matchup against Atlanta, so I don't mind DeRozan at all. Let's see. Oubre had that really big game last time out, but I don't think I want to chase it out. I think I'd rather just pay up a little more and get Devin Booker. So Bogdanovich, been a little disappointing, but the minutes have been so good. 43, 35, 36. Just not been shooting the ball well. Buddy Hield's been playing really well. I still wouldn't mind going back to the well here at 5.7. We know this guy has huge upside in him at a reasonable price, so I think he's definitely playable. Barton, again, a really good matchup here against the Lakers. 33, 38, 32 minutes. I really like seeing that, so I like Will Barton quite a bit here at 5.6. JJ Redick, he had a pretty big game, a pretty good game tonight. I understand if you want to go there at 4.9, but it's just not for me. I don't like playing scoring dependent guys. It's the big 3 for me. It's Tobias, Ben Simmons, and Jimmy, and that's about it. Hardaway, I get it if you want to go there. The minutes have just been so up and down, 35, 36, 21, 25. I guess, these two have been blowouts. 4.8K is kind of cheap for Hardaway, so I understand it, but I'm probably not going to go there. Luke Kennard, been shooting the ball really well. The minutes going up, but you guys have been watching my videos for a while. You guys know I don't like playing scoring-dependent guys. He's been shooting really well. If his shot's not falling, he can hurt you. He's priced up. I'm going to pass. So Reggie Bullock, we already got Kuzma out. If Ingram's out again, or Ingram's out too, then Bullock would certainly be in play. He's kind of a lower usage guy, but if his shot's falling, he can definitely get you 30 fantasy points. So I don't mind Bullock, but there's a couple Lakers guys. Let's just jump into the Lakers situation right now. So, all right, we got Kuzma out, Ingram questionable. So if Ingram's misses 2, I really like Rondo. He'd basically be a lock for me. And LeBron, I know he kind of had an off game against the Clippers, but they have to, win all. They basically have to win 80% of their remaining games. So I think LeBron plays 40 plus minutes. So LeBron, Rondo, really like. And then that's interesting here with these cheap guys. So Bullock, like I said, I wouldn't mind him at 4.2, but I think I would take the discount here on Josh Hart at 3.3. He's played 26 and 30 minutes each of the last 2, got 16, 25 fantasy points. So I think I might take the discount there. If Lance Stevenson plays and is not going to be limited, I would like him a lot. If Ingram's out too, Lance is just a very high usage guy. I would see him playing 20, 25 minutes. So I'd really like Lance if he plays, is not going to be limited. I already talked with Josh Hart. KCP also would not be the worst play in the world. A couple of these Lakers guys are definitely going to have to step up. So that's about McGee here, also 3.7. Denver plays big. So I'd assume McGee starts and probably be asked to play 25 to 30 minutes. So I really like McGee. The only concern is may possibly get some foul trouble. But they really don't have anyone. I mean, Chandler, but he's questionable. They got Mike Muscala, I guess. But I think McGee is going to play 25 or so minutes. I like him quite a bit there at 3.7. So that's kind of my thoughts with the Lakers situation. Let's see. Gary Harris, I don't think it's the worst play in the world. He has looked really bad, but 3.9K, playing right around 25 minutes in a good matchup. I guess, he is in play for salary relief. Okay, let's move on to small forward. LeBron, just talked about him. Lakers are in must-win mode, so a couple of those, Kuzma's already out, Ingram's possibly out, LeBron's going to have to do it all, so 11.3K. I do like him quite a bit. Again, the Philly guys, Tobias, Jimmy Butler, Ben Simmons, all in a good matchup, so, any one of those 3 guys are certainly in play. Buddy Hield, he had the big game last time out, but playing really well. 33, 51, 38, 52 fantasy points the last 4 games. He's shooting the ball a lot. The matchup obviously not the best. The price is up there, so I'm probably going to pass on him. Let's see. LeVert, it's just the Brooklyn I can't do. Same thing with Charlotte besides Kemba. Batum, I always kind of get lured into him, but he's playing so many minutes. 37, 38, 37, 41, 40, 42 minutes at 5.3K. I'm kind of talking myself into Batum. I know the matchup, again, not the best here with Miami, but he's just basically playing the whole game. So I think Batum is a pretty solid play there at 5.3. Jabari at 5.1, kind of been up and down, but he does have some upside, so I think he's in play for GPPs for sure. Let's see. Is there anything else on the cheap end here? Kuruk's here at 3.5, picked up the start. Played 24 minutes. If he starts again, certainly in play. I wouldn't expect 32 fantasy points again, but I think he definitely can get you 15 to 25 fantasy points at 3.5K if he's going to play 25 minutes. So I think he's not a bad value play there. Okay, let's move on to power forward. So Blake Griffin, him and Drummond, I can just never get right. So it's just kind of a personal thing. I'm probably just not going to go there. The matchup's pretty good here against Minnesota. So if you want to play either Blake or Andre, I get it, but it's just kind of a personal thing. I just can never get them right. So I'm not going to go there. Randall, again, if you think the Pelicans keep it close, it's Randall, it's Drew. They're going to have big games. Both of them did have big games last time out against Utah. So I think both those guys kind of go low on in the slate, but they definitely have some upside. Markkanen, and the whole Chicago starting five, I don't think they are the best plays, but I don't think they're the worst plays. I think they're all like okay plays. Markkanen definitely has shown some upside. The price has dropped a bit here to 8K, so I think he's a solid play. Kevin Love at 7.5. The matchup, I love targeting bigs against Brooklyn, but he's just not playing more than 30 minutes. Can he get you there in 25 to 30 minutes? Yes, for sure. At 7.5K, he does have 50 fantasy point upside, but probably not for me on this slate. John Collins currently listed as questionable. We got Deadman doubtful, so we got to consider Alex Len. I'll get to that in a sec. Paul Millsap at 6.9. I get it; he's been playing really well, but I would rather just pay up for Jokic in that situation. Anthony Davis at 6.7. He's going to play 20 to 22 minutes. Can he get you there in that time? Yeah, look what he did last time against Utah. Got you 46 fantasy points. Now, I wouldn't expect that again, but I think 35 to 40 is definitely possible in that amount of time for Anthony Davis. So I think he's a pretty solid play for GPPs. Again, Boston, if I was going to play anyone, it's Kyrie, it's Al Horford in a good match here against the Kings. Favors, he's been playing well, but the price is up. I'm not going to go there. Bobby Portis, kind of been tough. He's really been up and down, but the matchup here is pretty good here against Dallas. A good matchup against Dwight Powell. So I think he's worth a look at 6K. The Miami bigs, I'm just staying away with Whiteside back. It's a mess right now in the Miami situation, so I don't want to target anyone there. Vonleh been playing really well here recently. This guy's so weird. He goes in stretches of playing really, really well and then doing like absolutely nothing. Like he was on a stretch here of just couldn't do anything, but now, minutes coming back up. He's been playing really well, but DeAndre Jordan is, questionable. He could play, so that would, downgrade Vonleh if DeAndre Jordan does play. Again, for the Knicks, I don't want to target anyone, to be honest. Diallo was a big bust the other night. Man, that hurt. I got in foul trouble. 17 minutes, just got 10 fantasy points. Didn't do much. I think he goes really low owned tonight because he let a lot of people down. But so yeah, I think he's worth a shot. Then let's get to where is he? Frank Kaminsky here at 3.2. So quietly played 24 and 28 minutes the last two. It seems like he's going to be the backup big here to Cody Zeller, and they're comfortable giving him some solid minutes. He's been playing really well. So I like him quite a bit if he's going to play 25 or so minutes. He's a high usage guy off the bench, so I like Frank a lot here. Now, can we trust he's going to continue to be the backup big? I don't know. The Charlotte's rotations are always kind of wacky, but I hope we can trust it. So right now I'm leaning towards playing Kaminsky, if he's going to continue to see these backup minutes. I like him quite a bit here at 3.2K, but again, there is some risk that maybe he's just out of the rotation out of nowhere. But it seems he's been playing well, so I would assume he's going to continue to play those backup minutes. Now let's move on to center. Cat just continues to destroy. Another big night here against OKC. Now he's got a match here against Detroit. 10.8K. I'm not going to talk you off him if you want to play Towns. He's just been playing some unbelievable basketball. So if you want to ride the hot hand, you certainly can do it. Then we got Jokic in a great matchup here against the Lakers. He has huge upside in this matchup. It's just tough. There's a lot of pricey guys I do like. Obviously LeBron, you got Beal, you got Doncic. So you're going to have to make some tough decisions. But Jokic, I think, has some great upside here. Again, the Detroit bigs, it's just a personal thing. I can never get them right, so I'm just not going there. Gobert, again, it's him and Donovan Mitchell for me on the Utah side. Gobert, in this matchup, they just played the other night, put up 48 fantasy points in 34 minutes, so Gobert certainly in play. Aldridge, same thing here against Atlanta. He's got some pretty big upside in a really good matchup, so I think he's just too cheap here at 7.6K. So I like Aldridge quite a bit here. Ayton at 7.4. Yeah. he has played 34 minutes each last 2 games, got you 50 and 44 fantasy points. But I would probably just prefer to play Devin Booker. But I think Ayton is also certainly in play. Whiteside, again, it's just I'm staying away from the Miami situation. Mitchell Robinson, I mean, you could consider for GPPs if DeAndre Jordan's out. Let's see. Dwight Powell, been playing really well here at 5.9K. And the thing I like is the minutes, 37, 37, 32, 32. Now he's got a matchup against Washington, one of the worst rebounding teams in the league. I like Dwight Powell a lot here at 5.9K. I think he has some pretty big upside, and I like this game as a game stack. So Powell, I wouldn't mind even pairing Powell and Portis together. Cauley Stein at 5.8. The way to attack Boston is the bigs. Obviously, we got no Bagley. Giles has been playing well, but I think Cauley Stein does have some upside here at 5.8. So I think he is certainly in play. Cody Zeller, I'm probably not going to do it. I would rather just take the discount on Frank Kaminsky. Robin Lopez. Again, all the Chicago guys I think are in play. I don't think they're the best. I don't think they're the worst plays. Then we get to the dreaded Alex Len situation. God, man, he was the ultimate chalk here against Miami and just completely busted everyone's lineups. We got John Collins questionable. We got Dedmon doubtful. If Collins misses, basically you have to play Alex Len. I don't see a way. The only way he could not get you there is foul trouble or he gets injured if both those guys are out. Miami or Atlanta has no other bigs. So that's Alex Poitras. So I think Len, if Collins is out too, you just have to go back to the well there. I know it's super frustrating rostering him, but he does have some pretty big upside. I already talked about McGee. I like him a lot here at 3.7. Yeah, I think that's about it. So, it's a kind of tough slate here, the 10-game slate. There's gonna have to make some tough decisions here. You got LeBron, who I like. Towns obviously been playing really well. Jokic has a big upside. Beal, the price is up there, but a really good matchup. Kyrie in a good matchup. Doncic in a good matchup. All these guys, these top guys, you're gonna have to make some tough decisions. There is some value plays too, so it's gonna make for a pretty interesting slate. So I think that's the it for today's video, guys. If you have been enjoying the content, please like this video and subscribe. If you have any questions, you can leave it in the comment section down below. It's also important to follow me on Twitter. That will be in the description below. I'll give my thoughts and more news comes out throughout the day. And I'll be back for another video on Thursday. So I will see you guys then.